Happy March 14th. Here I am. I am happy to see all of you. I'm glad that you are here to join me. I hope you are enjoying this weather. I feel like my quote today is very appropriate for today's weather. It's one of those March days when the sun shines hot and the wind blows cold, when it is summer in the light and winter in the shade. I don't know if I wrote if I put who that was. It was actually Charles Dickens. So I will add that. I don't think I added that. I am Michelle Dammer, local realtor with Keller Williams. I'm glad you guys tuned in today. I am at a different location, as you can see, but I am wearing green to recognize St. Patrick's Day, which is coming up on Saturday, right? Or Sunday? Is it Sunday? Let's see, today's the 14th, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's Sunday. So the St. Patrick's Day is the 17th, and then spring is March 19th, which is right around the corner. Yay! We had our daylight savings time last Sunday. I hope all of you got acclimated to losing an hour of sleep and are enjoying our later nights, the longer nights that we're having. It just keeps getting longer and longer as the days go by. Thank you so much for the people that guessed last week's quiz. We did have a couple of right answers. The first question, and all these questions were kind of geared towards International Women's Day, which was last Friday, and this is actually Women's Month, I believe. So, yay, us women. Number one, which amendment to the Constitution gives women the right to vote? Someone guessed the 19th Amendment, and you were correct. I believe the 18th Amendment was the prohibition, right? Is that the alcohol one where they said you can drink? The 21st Amendment. 18th was the prohibition, and maybe the 21st was giving you the right to drink if you were 21. I don't know. Somebody correct me. Tell me I'm not a politician, as we've already discussed last week. Number two, what is the name of the show Joanna Gaines co-hosts with her husband Chip? Someone guessed Fixer Upper. You were correct. That is the name of her show. Her and her husband are the Martha Stewart and spouse of this generation. Number three was International Women's Day is accompanied by the colors purple, green, and white. Purple stands for dignity and justice. Green stands for hope. What does the white stand for? Somebody guessed, I forgot what the guess was, but you were wrong. The correct answer is purity. So thank you all for playing. Hope you're enjoying our trivia as much as I am. Let's move on to this week's trivia, shall we? Yes, we shall. This week's trivia is all about the green St. Patrick's Day. I have some Irish in me. I am not 100% Irish. I clearly don't have a brogue. But when I give the answers next week, I might have one when I give the answers because it only makes sense once you hear the question that I get. Okay, question number one. What's the tagline for the breakfast cereal Lucky Charms? You know, that little leprechaun who comes out, what does he say? Number two, according to folklore, what is a leprechaun's occupation other than being a trickster and not revealing where his pot of gold is? Apparently he has an occupation. What do you think it is? Give me your best guess. Number three, what is the official currency of Ireland? Do you think it's the dollar? Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Who's to say? So I don't know if anybody has gone to any St. Patrick's Day parades. I believe there is one coming up this weekend. I think it's the Chicago one. The Beverly area, I believe, is having theirs this weekend. I have to check with my friend Charlie. He usually has corned beef and cabbage on the day of the parade. I don't know why I haven't heard from him yet, because I like to get invited because he makes some really good corned beef. I can make corned beef. I usually make it in the crock pot, but he bakes it in the oven on a slow heat at like 200 degrees for hours and hours and hours, and it is delicious. So, Charlie, if you're watching, I think I'm available whenever the parade is for corned beef. Give me a call. I know that there was a couple of parades, I think this weekend or this past weekend, and I know there was another parade for St. Patrick's Day over in the Manhattan area 2 weeks ago. So they seem to be all the rage now. I don't remember there being all these parades everywhere, but maybe I just really wasn't in the know. Tinley Park also had a parade. I don't know if that was this last weekend or 2 weekends ago. I didn't go to that one. So, what are your plans for St. Patrick's Day? Are you planning on making corned beef? If so, are you planning on putting it in the oven, or are you going to bake it, put it in the crock pot, just put it on in a pan or a pot on the stove? Tell me how you're going to make it, because I'm planning on making some tomorrow, even though those who observe Lent would never eat corned beef on a Friday during Lent. But just don't tell anyone. Just tell no one that I'm doing that. Okay? No one needs to know that. All right, let's move on. So we have St. Patrick's Day, and then we have the start of spring. That's what I wanted to talk about. Last week and the week before, I talked a little bit about the spring market. And this week I'm going to talk a little bit about spring cleaning, which kind of goes hand in hand with the spring market, because if obviously you're putting your house on the market in the spring, you want to spruce it up. And what better way to spruce it up than with the spring cleaning? Now, the spring cleaning is clearly seasonal. And the thought behind the spring cleaning is, when spring comes, it's new, fresh, new plants are blooming. As a side note, has anybody's flowers bloomed? I'm seeing the yellow. Are they the daffodils? I'm not sure. And are those the first things that bloom? I thought they were those little guys. But I'm seeing a lot of the yellow plants, the yellow flowers blooming. So I don't know if it's because our weather has been so mild, or if this is, in fact, when they typically bloom. But I digress. So the spring cleaning, people do a lot of different things for spring cleaning. One of the things that people do is, obviously, they clean up the yard. You pick up the branches that have fallen during the winter, the leaves that, you left, if you had, what are they called? Not daylilies. Daylilies. If you had daylilies that maybe died off, maybe you're cutting off, getting rid of all of the dead leaves, things like that. And then inside, cleaning, maybe you're going to be shaking out your rugs. Maybe you are going to be cleaning your rugs, cleaning the blinds, and cleaning your floors. Just a good overall cleaning that you want to do this time of year. Open your windows, obviously. One of the things that I read was changing your sheets, which I know people don't change their sheets only at springtime. At least I don't. And let me ask you, how often do you change your sheets? I'm actually going to put this as a poll question, because I am very curious how often people change their sheets. Do you change your sheets? Now, I remember seeing an Oprah one time, and I think she said that she changes her sheets every day. That seems like a lot. I don't change my sheets every day. Maybe every week. or every 2 weeks, every month. I would like to know what people do. And I don't know if I'd shared this with you before, but I recently found out that bed linens are called bedclothes. I didn't know that. I just called them, I think I just called them sheets, bed sheets, but they're called clothes. So a little bit of information that I'm sharing with you guys. All right, so spring cleaning, just so you guys know, it actually increases productivity. So it's a good thing to do. What it does is, when we declutter and we organize and we get rid of and we weed out, um, then it actually saves time later on when we are looking for things. So if you have a lot of stuff in that junk drawer, spring cleaning would be a good time to do the junk drawers. All right, I'm getting a weekly answer on the sheets. Interesting. Okay. Weekly. All right. I don't do it weekly either, but I don't know. Is that gross that I don't do it weekly? Now I feel like I can't even tell you how often I change my sheets because I feel like you guys will be disgusted because it's more than weekly. Maybe it's every 2 weeks. I don't know. Maybe that's gross. Anyway, so spring cleaning also reduces stress because a cluttered home causes us anxiety and stress. And I know for myself, if there's a lot of clutter, like I like a lot of stuff. I'm definitely a maximalist. I'm not a minimalist. But if I see a lot of things out and around, I do get a little anxious and I have to clean it. Now my stuff, my treasures, that's something completely different. But I'm talking about if I have like a pile of clothes or a bunch of dishes in the sink, I feel like I have to address that. I can't have that. It also improves your sleep. Okay, so here's the sheets with the sleep. A poll conducted by the National Sleep Foundation found that 75% of people polled slept better on clean sheets with a fresh scent. So that being said, do you find that you sleep better on days that you change your sheets? Maybe you do. I'd like to know that as well. So that's a little bit about the spring cleaning. What do you, I'm going to ask another question right now since I'm getting responses. I'm loving the responses. What do you do for spring cleaning? What do you do for spring cleaning? Do you spring cleaning? Let me know. Maybe I need to add to my list of things to do. Do you clean the rugs and the floors? Do you clean the blinds? Maybe so. Or do you change the sheets? Yeah, I'm going to put the sheets on there since we're really running with that one. All right, guys. Well, that's about all the time I have today. Oh, no, I actually have a little bit more time. I don't know what I was thinking. So I don't know what anybody else has planned for this weekend. I don't know if anybody is going to start getting spring flowers. I believe, the rule of thumb is Mother's Day on the spring with the flowers and getting plants and whatnot. However, with us having such a mild winter, I know people are just like anxious to get started putting things in the ground and have it be warm out. And I have indoor plants. I took them outside. They wanted some fresh air. They loved the rain that we got today. So, but they're not, I saw some things at Home Depot, but I feel like they were more trees and bushes. I didn't really see any plants yet, but soon. And then I'll probably go to this place out in Grant Park. Can't think of the name of it right now, but when I do, I'll share it with you guys. So anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend, and thanks so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. If you guys have any real estate needs, please give me a call. If you're interested in knowing the value of your home, I can get you that information. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye.